Right, it's Friday now, and I got the heater going because it is dull and crappy outside. But right, what have I done so far? Right, finished with the ply lining. We all know that now. Right, and I started to make the bed, and that's just a temporary frame at the moment, because there's a lot of reinforcing to go on it. I've just been and cut the ply. The trouble is now, because I know I'm only a short ass, but I have to try and squeeze underneath. Right, now, this piece of ply that I just cut, right, it's way too long, and it's going on this outside of the bed rail, so I'm gonna have to get it all level across the bottom and then scribe it to the wall, and then it'll get screwed to a batten that's on the wall. So this will be a shear down weight, so it rely on that beam and the beam I put across the top of it. I've done it in two halves, because to try and scribe at both ends at the same time is going to be virtually impossible. But you can see, once it's here, how much room I'm going to have behind. I'm going to have it's a foot at the bottom, 12 inches, and I don't know what it is at the top. But anyway, the reason why it's only going up that high, why it's only going to go that high, is because that'll be a cupboard accessed from above the bed. So, and then that cupboard will carry on around there and around there. So I'll have a full U-shaped cupboard all the way around the top. So that's it. I can get on and do it. Clamped a piece of wood underneath there as though it's got a ledge to sit on, because that is as low as it's going. So that's sat there. There will be two of these, another one that side. I did it in two parts, as I just said. Right, but I've just scribed it into the wall there, and using the same technique. It hasn't been pulled back yet. There you go. Right, so it's all there, nice and level now. So all I got to do is make a batten to go down that side. I can screw it to the batten. Then on the outside of the batten will be the 1/2 inch thick ply. I will cut and temporarily screw it on there, because I haven't got any polystyrene left. Well, not enough to do across there, because that's, I'm gonna have to buy a whole sheet just to do that bit. But there again, I might do the front wall of the bed as well, as though that is totally insulated away from the rest of the van, even although the ducting for the heater will come through and go under the bed. That's just to keep everything from damp, getting damp and whatever. So none of that. The heat will come up through the bed as well, because it's only got slats on it. So that's that bit done. Yeah, I gotta rinse and repeat. Right, that bulkhead is in now, and it's there. It's solid as a rock. That'll brace all that. It'll help support the bed, and the front ones will get ply on the front, so that'll support that end. Got big timbers to go across there yet, and I can board up to that and insulate it. Other than that, it's as far as I've just been ran and got a cup of tea. It's as far as I can go at the moment. Well, it's as far as I've gone at the moment. I've got a little bit of a lip there, so I'm going to have to trim that off. It's right underneath, dead level underneath. God knows how. I did it on the bench as well. I took it in the yard and did it on the bench. And I can't work out why I've got a lip. You can't even see the pencil marker in it, because I put it on the bench and drew round it, cut it out, then fitted it, as though when I come back in here, all the screws went in the same screw holes, and now it doesn't fit. Just doesn't make sense. Right, that's this bulkhead finished at this end. I put access holes in the top, scribed it all in. It's all nice and tight in there, and absolutely solid as a rock. So that's going to be nice and cozy, nice and warm, because I mean there's another inch of insulation there, 25mm. There's not there, and there could be a draft from those, but the cupboards will have doors on them. When the time comes, I will stick some rock wool in there, well, recycle bottles. I will stick that in there. I've got to leave it open because my reversing lights and everything are on the roof. They come through that back panel, and they're all in here. So, and the camera, there's a camera up on top of there as well. The cigarette lighter that was up there for the strobe, I've taken that out, but I will put it back as though I can just plug straight up into him from outside. I'll take you outside and I'll show you from the other view. Right, there you go. I'll put an edging strip on there. I got some aluminium angle, I think, somewhere. So I'll put an edging on there, the same as I will on this one. But I have measured it. My bike will go under there. So it's just a matter of cleaning up now. Sawdust everywhere. So that's this end sorted. And to go quite honest, I've had enough for one day. What is it? It's got to be close to 5 o'clock. Kids are home anyway. So, yeah, I think that'll do me. Oh. Yeah, so I'm chuffed to bits with that. The bed frame, front bed frame's here. I took it out so I could get in and out easier. So, yeah, there is bracing struts in there, so, you know, that's the only cold spot, is the fact that there's timber going straight through. So I haven't screwed it from this side, I screwed them from the other side. That's it. That's I think that's all I'm going to do. I think it's going to be a little cozy hole, nice and warm, nice and toasty. Right, got the front frame that's fixed in there, but there is another 2 uprights to go in there to carry the door. Yes, I am leaving that across the bottom, as though it'll seal better when the door shuts on it. Otherwise, you've got to, you know, have something that'll catch the door at the bottom, because I just don't want the door to push in. Right, I'm just about to cap those in now, because the bed won't be that high on the edges. Right, don't know whether you can see it. I've got it all set out there now. Worked it out. Kitchen unit's going to come out to there. Work that one out. The fridge is going to come out to that one there. Fridge. So I'm just about to start to make. Shan't bother making a panel there, but that'll be on the fascia. I got an 8x4 sheet in the house. I'll make it all in one, and then cut the door out of it. Oh, I cut it in 2. It's the same pattern as that one, same grain as that one. Not that you're going to see it. Yeah, I'm well chuffed how it's come on. Yeah, I just threw the cover back on the diesel heater because I kept dropping stuff. As you can see, should be clearing up now. So that's what I'll be doing. Just been and bought another ruck of timber. There's another bloody 89 quid gone. Screws. I mean, that box was 60 odd quid, 60, 70 quid, something like that. Fucking stupid money. That's it then. Yep. Alright, the bed front is partially on. That piece isn't staying there. That's just to show you how big the door is. It's a big door. I've screwed that piece in place. Here, this cupboard goes right up to the ceiling. So it goes from there right up to the ceiling. If I get a batten. So I'll just see if I can prop it there. Yeah. So that'll get backed as well, right? Because the toilet's going underneath it, fridge on top of that, and then the rest is either clothes storage or food storage, whichever. I think I'm going to have enough food storage in the kitchen area, so it'll most probably be clothes, as though I don't have to climb on the bed to get my clothes out of the top cupboards. God, no, I'll end up hoarding clothes again like I normally do. So that'll go there. And then just a bench seat that will slide out into a 3-foot bed, and kitchen from the bed to wherever the kitchen comes to. I've got a lot bigger area. As I say, I'd like to get a Ford Galaxy rear seat and stick it there, because then that's another double belted seat. Depends on how much room I've got in the gangway. And it also depends on how much they're going to charge me when I get down there, because I can always fold. They fold down flat anyway. I said, why don't I just put a double seat this side and face it outwards? But then I lost another 6-foot bed. You know, because after it sounds coming from the front, 6 foot is right up to here. That comes up to 6 foot. So, you know, I got loads of room there for a cupboard and fridge and toilet. There'll even be shelves in the toilet for toilet rolls, etc., and cleaning stuff and fluids. And so, right, that's the end of that one. Yeah, it's Sunday, and what is it? It's appas 4, 4:30. I don't know if you can see that. 4:30. So I'll give the neighbours some rest, eh? Put that back on there, otherwise it'll warp and twist it up like that. Out of the sun. That pack of timber is going to go back. It's the wrong size for what I wanted, so they'll do that anyway. So at least that's 28 quid back in my pocket. 28, 30 quid, whatever it was. It might have even been 32, I don't know. It'll go back in my pocket, and I'll get some more of the thinner battening. So there. Right, Monday morning, and it's 9 o'clock. Today, just boxing in that wheel arch. Just making a ply just to go around the wheel arch. Just to make it tidy, because the toilet will be going in that space there. So if I make that, I'll put a lip on the front, as though I can stack toilet rolls and things like that on there, and all the stuff, the chemicals and whatever. Just got to make an end cap for it now, and then bolt it to the wall. Right. At the third stroke, 11:48. Right, I got the frame in, porta potty underneath, fridge, storage, and I've built it all as though it can be unscrewed from the wall at any time and taken out in one. There's going to be no plinth on that. The door will come down to the edge of that one. There's a 3-inch in, 3-inch up plinth kicker, and that's the only thing I can do to be able to keep the measurements, because the wheel arch sticks out so far. I've got to put the toilet in there on the skew, front to back, instead of, you know, just slide him straight in. He has to go that way. But take measure. Right. Now, that is 21 inches deep. Alright. But the seat is going to be 24 inches deep. So the seat is going to come out to there anyway, so it's going to be hidden away. You're not going to see it from the door. So I'm quite chuffed over that. It's one of those things that'll never get opened until I want to pup, and that'll be rare, especially if I go sites again like I did last year. There's always pupper on site, but that gives me an awful lot more room now to be able to get up into bed. As I said, that sheet of ply is only on there as a workbench. The batteries are coming down into that corner. I've boxed that in, but I've put a little rat hole down there. Right, it's not for the rest of the vermin. It's to run the heating duct and that through. When I put the garage one in there, you know, the heater's that side, so that'll go through. So there, I'm virtually, I don't know whether to ply line that now, because I'm feeling that as long as I can ply it in one, and get a nice join, I'll paint it. I won't carpet that. I'll carpet the wall, but I'll just paint the unit. I got to see what it's like when I get there. So I can start to make the bench now, if I move all that lot. Yeah, I'll make a bench down there, which he's going to be a little over 6 foot, because from the front of the boards to there is 6 foot. So as you can see, I've got an extra 4 inches. So that'll, I don't know what to do with that. Yeah, I don't think it'll matter. A couple of inches spare either end with the cushions. So there, get in there. So just been charging that for a while now. I think it was 9:30 which started charging the van. So they're fully charged. I must get the other 2 out here as though they can be carried on charging, because they're stored outside, and of course you can't get a battery wet, because the battery, once it's wet, it'll the current will travel through the water. So anyway, that's that done anyway. That one I'll have 1/2 inch ply on it. I got to make the frame like I have there. Got to make the frame to go around there to carry 1/2 inch plywood, because the fridge is quite heavy. That is just going to be, you know, either tin foods or clothes, whichever I go for. It might even be a mix of the both. Right. I ran out of wood. Got 1 piece left. 1.5 pieces left. And I ain't going to make a bed base out of that, am I? Well, I got to go up now and buy a big sheet of ply, and I'll get them to cut it down anyway. And another pack of that, so I'll take that pack back. That's got to go to Leominster building, and I'll go to B&Q and get that, because they're the only ones that's got it in town at the moment. But anyway, there, that's in. You know, bed. Well, I said bed. A frame. I've got a bit of ply. Just stick that in there just to show you. There, that'll get cut in, but that'll be 1/2 inch ply. That'll get cut around those, so it's got better seating. Same with this. This will be a lot thicker ply. That's what I'm going to go and buy, and again that'll get cut around those, as though it sits in there nice and firm. This isn't going to carry any weight, so well, it depends on how heavy a tin of baked beans is, isn't it? So that's that. I can get on with it now. I've ordered quite a few things on Amazon. I want some knock-on edging. Never used the stuff, so I want knock-on edging, and I want the aluminium corners, the aluminium round corners for the 15mm ply to make the top cupboards with. So I worked that out. I want 1, 2, 3, 4, well, 5 big pieces. Whether I can get it out of the lengths that there are on Amazon, but I ain't paying the 81 quid that they're asking. So anyway, that's that. Just I got a 1/2 inch ply there, but it's not big enough to go in here. Oh, I've got a sheet of 1/2 inch ply there, I never thought. Oh well.